Hi, and welcome to the business of being a virtual assistant. I am your host, Tiffany Parson, and you're watching and listening to episode number 153. Now, today I have got notes on my whiteboard, and hopefully I'll be able to see it really well without making it so obvious that I've got it here. I want to talk to you today about your commitment level for your business. How committed are you? For example, I am committed to this podcast and coming to you every single week with a new episode. So much so that if it gets down to the wire, the episode comes out on Tuesday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. If it gets down to the wire, then I have to make a sacrifice to make sure that the episode gets out. And the reason why I've made the sacrifice is because that means I made a decision to not prepare for it well in advance, or maybe the idea didn't come until later. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter as long as it gets done. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this episode. How committed are you to building your virtual assistant business? So I'm going to ask you some questions. This episode, you will want to come back to, listen again, have something to write with, at least get down the questions. So I want to ask you this. The first question, what are you willing to sacrifice for your business? Many of you are working full time, which means you're going to have to sacrifice some time in order to start your business. Now, what exactly does that look like? Sacrificing time when you're already working full time on your corporate job. That means when you come home, maybe it's late at night, maybe it's like, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock your time, and you got to get in 2 or 3 hours of your business. Maybe it's taking care of client work. Maybe it's taking care of client number one. I don't know. You know that, but it's important that you make the decision to commit to your business, knowing that you have to make that sacrifice. So it might be time, it might be money, it might be sleep. What is it? What are you willing to sacrifice for your business? If you haven't been sacrificing time, money, or sleep, has it been keeping you up at night because you have not committed? You see, when I know that I've got something to do and I've put it off, I end up replaying it in my mind over and over again till it affects my sleep. And I have to just get it done. Again, it goes back to even creating the podcast. If I don't get it done, I'm going to be thinking about it over and over. I'm going to think about it while I'm trying to relax, thinking about it while I'm doing something else, thinking about it while I'm trying to sleep, because I know I committed to getting it done. So it's time that you get committed and make a sacrifice. Time, money, or sleep. Now, you say, Tiffany, I'm good. I'm sacrificing the time because I know I've got all these other things I have to do for my full-time job, for my family, but I also want my business. And so I know I'm sacrificing. Maybe I'm sacrificing all of it. Time, I'm sacrificing money, I'm doing training, I'm sacrificing sleep. So if that's the case, what milestones have you set for your business? How do you know that you are meeting the goals, meeting the objectives that you've set out for your business? How do you know that? Well, set some milestones for your business. Make a decision. Going back to our commitment. So I want you to set milestones based on your commitment to building your business. So what does that look like? Well, you want to make money in your virtual assistant business, correct? So one of those milestones should be, how many clients do you want to get? Everybody's going to look different. Is it 2 clients? Is it 5 clients? Is it 10? Is it 3? How many clients do you want to get? Let that be a milestone. Maybe you want to get 2 new clients a month, and that is your milestone. So see, I slid in there not just only the number of clients, but the time frame. 2 clients every month, 1 new client every month, 1 regular recurring monthly client every month. 3 new projects every month, whatever it is. And I'm thinking from the standpoint of those of you that work full time. Because let's be real, not everybody is just kind of sitting on their hands doing nothing, just waiting. So I'm talking to you from the standpoint of building while you're working full time. And those of you who are in your business full time, maybe you've got a client load that requires a bulk of your time. So in a sense, you're working a set time for your clients during the day or half the day, however it works, but you also have to set milestones to keep things going. The worst thing that could happen is that pipeline dry up and you have nothing. So we all need to be setting milestones for the number of clients that we want to have and put a time frame in there. And I like to use monthly because that gives us time to put things in place, and it speaks to the next milestone. How many proposals? How many emails, promotional emails about your services? How many messages have you sent out? Whatever your form of marketing yourself, how many things have you done? How many get acquainted calls have you had? How many get acquainted calls do you want in a month so you can get to the number of clients that you want to have in a month? We have to commit to that. So those two things go hand in hand: number of clients in a set time frame and number of proposals, emails, ads, messages, whatever your form of marketing yourself is. Let's call them action steps. How many of those, how many of those do you need to get out? And those need to be, if not daily, weekly. Okay? Because if we don't put forth the effort to market ourselves, our pipeline will dry up. Now, third question. Have you made the decision to own your own business? Now you may think, okay, Tiffany, that's like a silly question. This podcast is the business of being a virtual assistant. I want my own virtual assistant business. Let's talk about what it means to own, O-W-N, what it means to own your own business. It means you make every decision for your business. You make every decision for yourself. You make every decision for your team. You own your own business. Now, taking it from the standpoint of somebody that is working full time. Now, let's think about your full-time job. Your employer right now is making all of the decisions for you. They're telling you when to come, when to leave, when to go on vacation, how often you can be sick. They're telling you where to sit, what to wear. They're telling you when you can go and have your lunch, when you can go and have your break. They're telling you when you can be paid. They're telling you when you can go on vacation. They're telling you when you can take your holidays. They are telling you everything. Almost sounds like they own you. In a sense, they do. In exchange for the check that they give you. So they're making all the decisions for you. Your employer is the owner. Now, in your own business, all the things that your employer decides, you decide. And that is where it's fun and scary at the same time. This is where you have to decide, I want to own my own business. I want to make all the decisions. I want to be the one responsible for the everything. Make the decision to own. This also requires great discipline, because if you are able to decide when, where, and how, when you service clients, where you service clients, how often you service clients, you get to make all the decisions. Some of us will have too much freedom and miss deadlines because we are used to someone else being in control of all of the decisions. Others of us will be so excited to make all the decisions, checking out all the boxes, doing everything, that we're on top of it. We're committed. And in that sense, we have to be very careful and mindful that we also have to work with our clients. And when working with other people, we may have to make some adjustments and be a little flexible in different areas. Working with schedules, especially if you're scheduling get acquainted calls or a review session or status updates, whatever the case may be in working with your clients. The whole point, after you've made the decision to own your own business, is to actually own it. Not just in name, not just in your website, not just in a Facebook page, not just in your bio on Instagram, but to actually own it. It also means we take full responsibility for everything that happens. Just like we make all the decisions, we take full responsibility for everything that happens in our business. Right, wrong, indifference, good, bad, neither. We take full responsibility. And that's whether you have a team that works with you or if you are working solo, you still take full responsibility. Big shoes to fill, big rewards. And that's what we as owners want for ourselves in business. So once you've decided, I want to own my own business, then start making those same decisions that your employer has already made for you. What are your business hours? When do you show up? When will clients expect a turnaround time on a project that you're working on? How do you show up for your business? Are you in your PJs or are you wearing something that looks webcam friendly? Doesn't have to be a suit, but webcam friendly. Some people can work in their pajamas. I cannot. It makes me feel sloppy. It makes me feel like I need to take a shower. I can't work in my pajamas. Even if I take a shower and put on a fresh pair of pajamas, I can't do it. Everybody is different. Your business may be lax like that. It's completely up to you, but you get to do what? You get to decide for yourself. So going back to the whole point of today's podcast episode, how committed are you? How committed are you? How committed are you? And if you are saying, after I've asked the 3 questions, what are you willing to sacrifice? What milestones have you set for your business? Have you made the decision to own your business? If you've checked all the boxes for that, you've answered it, you know exactly where you want, where you're going, what are the next steps after doing that? Action. Action. Making sure you're working towards the milestones that you set for yourself. Because once you decide and you set that and you're committed, then you won't be able to sleep until it gets done. You won't be able to, go off and enjoy yourself until it's done. You won't allow yourself to slack or lack off. You won't allow yourself to do that until those areas are met. And that's what I want for each and every one of you that's listening that wants a virtual assistant business. I recognize everybody doesn't want a business. Some of you are just exploring to see, do I want to be a virtual assistant? But I want to stress today that it's not just about being someone's virtual assistant. It's about you being a business owner. I really want to encourage you to change how you're looking at things. When you're starting or restarting or continuing, clients aren't jobs. You're not looking for a job. It's not like a job hunt. This is your business where you are responsible for everything. So if you're unhappy with the number of clients you have, it's your responsibility to change it. If you're unhappy with the amount of money that you're making or not making, you're responsible. It's up to you to change that. Nobody can change that for you. And that's the beauty of being a business owner. That you are responsible for every high, for every low, for every plateau. You are responsible. And I cannot wait to start hearing from those of you who start committing to your business. I've done a lot of different podcasts on getting started. And one thing I'm going to say on this podcast and commit to you is I need to categorize that to make it easier for you to find that information, that it all, kind of goes together about the getting started. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, what's a while? 3 months, more than 3 months. Get out of the I'm still researching, I'm still starting. Commit. You're still around, you're still listening. You want a virtual assistant business. You want to service clients. It doesn't matter whether you're servicing 3, 10, 20. Everybody's number is going to look different. And everyone's goal is not to leave their full-time corporate job. Years ago, when the very first direct sales company I was in, our director, she was all gung-ho about leaving her job. And some people got offended by that because they were like, well, I like my job. I'm not trying to leave. Whereas me, on the other hand, I was trying to figure out a way out. How do I get out of this cube? I'm ready to go. Mine was totally different. So I recognize some of you just want the extra income in addition to your full time. That doesn't mean you are any less committed than anyone else. You still have to commit. You still have to sacrifice. You still have to set the milestones. You still have to make the decision. It's all the same. It doesn't matter. Everybody's got to take that step to move forward. So anyway, I could go on and on about this, but I want to hear more from you. So be sure to join me over on the Facebook page. Have you even liked the new Facebook page? The Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. You can find it on Facebook, facebook.com/TBBVA. What does that stand for? The Business of Being a Virtual Assistant. So you'll find us over on Facebook. And also make sure you are on the VIP list. If you haven't gotten your free guide, the 15 known secrets to getting started as a virtual assistant, you need that. That is going to give you 15 things to help you get off the ledge and get started. So you want that. If you are listening to this and you're on your phone, I want you to text VA START to 345-345. Again, you want to text VA START, and the VA is for virtual assistant, to 345-345 so you can get that free guide and you can take that checklist, check it off. It also gives you breakdown of what each of the 15 items are. For those of you who already have it, I want you to go back to it. Have you completed all the 15 action items? Because each one is an action item and it goes into detail about what to do, what it is, where to go to set it up, all that good stuff. And for those of you that like checklists, it's got the checklist at the end as well. All for you. So anyway, if you have questions for me, I want you to start posting your questions over on the Facebook page. That way I'll see your question. You can post it right under the episode that you're listening to and post your question there. If you are watching from YouTube, then of course feel free to post your question right below that video. But if you are listening to this on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and there was some other Stitcher, there was some other one that I recently saw when I got my Google alerts, and I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, wherever you found me, if it's audio, then I want you to come ask your question over on the Facebook page. So I look forward to servicing all of you, helping you, answering your questions. And for those of you that are on the VIP list, be on the lookout for an email soon. It's a brand new month. And so I'm planning the next August, September, October, and most likely we will be doing our next free webinar in September. If you can't wait till then you need to join the Virtual Assistant Business Owner Circle. What is that, you ask? It is a monthly membership where every single month there is a new course added, skills course, and we do live training and Q&A every single month. I can tell you right now, for the next 3 months, we're going to be looking at how to market ourselves using webinars. Has anybody ever thought about that? But we're not talking about live webinars. We're calling them informationals. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that on the podcast. If you've made it this far, then you need to join us in the Virtual Assistant Business Owner Circle. Where do you find that? Go to tiffanyparson.com and click on membership, and you'll find out all the details, how to get in, how to join us. We would love to have you in the circle. So anyway, I've talked your head off. Go get committed in your business. Answer the questions. Rewind this episode. Go back. Take some time. Schedule a meeting with yourself and answer these questions and get serious about your virtual assistant business. Thank you so much for listening and watching. You have no idea. I appreciate you and love you so much. You have a wonderful and fabulous day.